So, campervan layouts, how do you go about designing your layout? So obviously you need to make a list of exactly what it is you want, whether you want a toilet, shower, how many people you're seating for, how many people you're sleeping for, things like that. Just write it all down, make a long list, doesn't matter how detailed, the more detailed the better. Now what I've then done is gone into Google Sheets and I've made one block, they're all in squares, I've made one block a 10 centimetre square. I haven't made allowances for wheel arches. I've done that on purpose. I have done in previous plans. This one, it doesn't really matter too much. I'll get to that in a moment. What you then want to do is, like I say, I've coloured everything, marked everything out. You've got sofa bed. Actually, I should probably stand this way because that's the layout. You've got seats in the front, things like that. So what you then do is you get your pen out, you measure from the wall, you mark all directions and mask it out with tape. I've used high-vis tape because it's just easier. So let me walk you through my plan. You come in the front of the van. Obviously, bulkhead won't be there, so there'll be more space for your arms. But you've got a seat there and a seat there. These seats are going to essentially unfold into a much lower bed for the kids. And then as they grow older, we'll be able to take these boxes out, build bigger boxes, that'll probably pull out ones so that we can swivel the front seats around and have that as a bed extension. So you walk through the gangway, you've then got a big sofa which pulls out to a bed, so sofa bed. I would like to make that electric. The whole build process will be on my channel, by the way, so if you want to see how I make all this stuff, then subscribe. It'll probably change between now and then, so subscribe. On this side, we'll go to the back first. This is a kitchen unit. It, as you can tell, is quite shallow. What we wanted to prioritise in this van was a wider gangway, hopefully make the van feel a little bit bigger. So you've got a narrow kitchen, which is 40 centimetres deep. And this is just storage, so this will be drawers. Probably the same sort of unit. I found a few from IKEA that I want to use for this and modify to fit. Probably something similar to go here. Overhead cupboards I haven't marked out, but there will be overhead cupboards of the same style as the kitchen and the storage, whether it be drawers or cupboards. So we want, I think we're going to have 5 overhead cupboards, his and hers for Heather and I, and then one each for whoever's staying with us. So one for Isabella, whether we have another pet human or we bring my nephew, the other one will be for there. That's all clothes storage. And then one above the kitchen, which will be for food. Don't know why we store food above, but we always have done. Yeah. And then over here, this little section, this isn't finalized yet, but this will essentially be, depending on what's behind there, how much space we've got with the wheel arch, this will be our composting toilet. As you can see, it's too small. It's a bit too small to stand and do your business. The plan for this, we went to a campervan show a few months back, and one of the vans we looked at had it was like a pull-around door. So when no one's using it, it takes up a very small space out the back of the van. And when someone's using it, you essentially pull the drawer around on a runner built into the floor and the ceiling. So you can really sort of make a big space. This one here would probably come out to about here, I think we worked out. So when you're not using it, it takes up this U shape, and then it pretty much doubles when you pull it round. Like I said, it's not that's not finalized yet. It's not a definite thing we're going to do. It's something I'd like to do. Certainly we'll be trying out. And then yeah, you'll end up with basically a toilet that's slightly smaller than what we've got now, but we're not having the shower. We'll have a solar shower on the roof. So that's essentially the layout and how we've come to that. It has changed a bit from the layout I described in the first video that I made, and like I said, it might change again, but I think it'll only be subtle changes. I'm really happy with this layout. We've got obviously sleeping for 2 singles there and then a double here, which is more than what we need. And we should end up with more space. That's what we wanted from this van, is to redesign the layout and have more space to move around. And even if this door doesn't work, this door idea, what we'll probably do is still build it out with walls here, but because that bulk is just that side, if I close this door, it still lets in quite a lot of light. So you know, the wall would probably come up to that door. That door might even make the back wall maybe, but you'll still end up with a good sizable space. Obviously that'll be here, but it will still make the rest of the van feel bigger. That's the plan. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't done already, subscribe. Easter weekend's coming and I am planning 2 whole days, not just a few hours, 2 whole days to get going with this. So we're going to end up with walls off, hopefully windows in. If I can find the funds, I'm going to get some windows. I think I've said before actually, windows, 1 in this door, 1 in there, and then pulled this panel back a little bit, and we know that we can get one pretty much from there all the way along, like a meter, and another meter on there. So 4 4-meter windows, all opening, should make this van feel really nice and open, really light. I've got some good ideas for the walls as well, which I'm not going to tell you just yet because again I haven't quite finalized it, but I'm quite excited to get going with that. Something different to what I've done before on any of my other vans. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.